Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Real Talk with D. I go by Deborah Akindiya, as my husband will say. Pronounce it well. I go by Deborah Akindiya. To new subscribers, welcome. To existing subscribers, welcome. Welcome. See, I'm holding my mic, like I'm like those people. I'll also hang it too. I'm trying, just trying. But let's see. Let's see. From the thumbnail, you can tell what the topic is, and don't forget, I will be talking on. Like this is from my own perspective, right? What I learned or what I did. See, I came with pen and book because it's a lot. Let's dive right in. So, discovering myself before marriage. Honestly, some of these things I wish I knew before getting married, but we learn every day and we're still learning. So we learn, we relearn, and we unlearn. So the first thing will be reflecting on my personal values, right? So what are my personal values? What are the things that are not negotiable in life? What are the things that I can take? What are the things that I can't take? Because trust me, marriage will test you. So you have to have like a foundation of what you can accept, what you cannot accept. So that's why I said things that will not be negotiable, right? And the second that takes me to the second point, understanding. So I had to like understand what my strengths are and what my weaknesses. I'm still learning, right? I'm still how old am I that? I'm not old. But no, jokes aside, like I had to understand what my strengths were, like what am I good at, what are my weaknesses, and being able to like work on those things. Because if you're not understand what your strengths and your weaknesses are, it's just like I don't believe in going with the flow. I believe that it's only dead fishes that goes with the flow, right? So I'm not going to go with the flow. What am I bringing to the table? Okay, these are my weaknesses, and how can I work on them? And that takes me to the next point, saying exploring your emotional needs, right? So if you understand what your strengths are and your weaknesses, you'll be able to explore what your emotional needs are, what you need, what you want. And by exploring emotional need is how do you want to be supported when you feel low, right? Okay, when I'm down, what do I expect my partner to do, or how do I expect him to treat me? You understand what I'm saying? How do you handle conflict? Because you're two different people coming together, right? But you need to understand how you personally handle conflict. Are you confrontational? Do you take corrections? Do you take to corrections? Do you like a lot of things you have to understand about yourselves? Okay, this is that a weakness? Because that's why I'm itemizing it, and it's leading me to the next point. So you have to be able to understand, and you have to be able to work on your weaknesses, on your strength, or you'll be able to share with your partner. So those are the things you need to discover about yourself, right? Then the next one is going to be still under exploring your emotional needs. Is going to be what kind of emotional intimacies do you desire? Okay. And honestly, this I would say is supposed to be like in a different kind of entire different video, because in order for you to understand what your emotional intimacy is, because you have to be able to share that with your partner, you have to be able to before you come together, obviously, and like there's some certain things you have to talk about. So you have to, okay, what are my emotional needs? You have to understand that you by yourself, pray about it, and be able to study yourself. And that takes me to the next point, understanding what your love language is. What is your love language? How do you give and receive love? We have five love languages, and okay, which is yours? Words of affirmation. What is your love language? Like you have to understand what your love language is. Honestly, I didn't know this until like I heard about five types of love languages like before I got married, but I didn't deep dive into it not until marriage counseling. Yes. So that also helped me like okay. So I then begin to like, okay, to understand myself. Okay, so this is the reason why this is the reason why I want, not just from my partner, from, because whatever relationship, either friendship, it's going to be like give and take. You know what I'm saying? So leading me to the next point is you have to build independence. You have to be independent. And I'm saying this from the view of, for most of you, for most subscribers, you know that I moved from Nigeria here. Being independent in the sense that, honestly, here nobody is like, I'm very handy. I like to fix things, I like to build things. You don't have to wait for anybody, you don't have to wait for a nanny, you don't have to, like, just get it done and move along with it. But let me read out the point that I had down. Being able to manage your finances, right? That is number one thing, because if you don't know how to manage your own personal finances, I had to learn how to manage my finances, because now we're going to be two people coming together, and I'm not just managing my own finances, I'm going to be managing my husband's finances, because it's going into one account and we're going to have bills to pay and everything. So if you do not know, or if you do not have that independence, and like, okay, I'm going to save so and so amount for this month, or let's plan a trip. If like doing it personally, doing it when you're not married, when you're married is going to be very, very difficult. Leading me to the next point is going to be taking care of your physical and mental well-being. That is number one. Like, you don't have to rely on anybody to be happy. You have to be mentally okay in order for you to, truth be told, our husbands are like babies. Honestly, that's just the truth. They're just big babies. So if you're not mentally stable, there is nothing good that's going to come out of you. That's just the honest truth. So you have to be mentally okay. And by the time children start coming in, so that is why I said explore your understanding your strength and your weaknesses. You have to be okay to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself mentally, physically, in order to take care of someone else. Leading me to the next point is going to be having hobbies. This I'm still like, it's still a work in progress, because I am more of a couch potato. I like to stay at home. I like to be in my own comfort zone. It's not like I don't still have hobbies. I have hobbies, right? Number one hobby is cooking. I love to cook. Cooking is like a love language for me. Like, okay, expressing my love to other people. Like, okay, I love you, I appreciate you. So like, I love to cook. I love to take care of people. But you have to like have hobbies. You know something, okay, this particular hobby makes me happy. It gives me joy. It gives me like I'm going to be in my own world entirely, right? So you have to find hobbies. And honestly, finding hobbies is going to be a bit difficult if you're, for example, all of this is, I'm speaking from experience, right? Moving from a different country entirely and finding yourself somewhere else. So now having to create a new, because you're in a new environment, you have to understand the environment, you have to, so many things will have to come in place, right? But your hobbies, well, I would say your hobbies change, because as one gets older, as one gets wiser, your hobbies change. I'll be like, okay, this is time consuming, this takes more energy and all of that. Now, part of my hobbies is spending time with my children, just being with family and all of that. Have interest outside your marriage, outside your marriage, right? So that takes me to the next point, is going to be clarify your life goals. What are your life goals? What do you want to achieve personally? What do you feel, okay, this is, we have MVPs, most valuable players, right? What are your MVPs? What are those that are not MVPs? What do you want to achieve personally? Like, for instance, myself, having a YouTube channel is one of my goals, and I thank God for that. It's coming into reality. Having my own career. So, what are your life goals? You have to like establish all of that before getting into marriage, before thinking about getting married. And I thank God I did that, because, as I said, I'm speaking from experience, right? So leading me to the next one is going to be embrace. It's still in line with um mental health. Embrace self care. I cannot overemphasize on this, because when I first moved to the United States, for those of you who don't know, I'm in United States of America, and I didn't see self care as necessity. I saw it as a like there's no big deal about self care, me taking care of myself. Taking It doesn't have to be expensive. Don't get me wrong. You don't have to. You could just decide. Okay, you just want to take yourself out, enjoy yourself. You're working, even if you're not like, if you're not doing a 9 to 5 job, like you have handiwork, just spend that money on yourself. Take care of yourself. Buy nice perfume. Just treat yourself good. Prioritize your mental health. Prioritize your physical and your emotional health, because marriage can be very, very stressful. Very, very stressful. I already spoke about understanding your love language. This point is very, very key. Speaking from someone who doesn't really have so many friends, right? And the little my inner circle, like I hold them so dear, is going to be build a strong support system. It could be your sister, it could be your brother, it could be a friend who has turned sister. Just have a good support system, because remember, I'm speaking from my own point through my own lens, right? Moving from Nigeria to the United States, it took a while for me to acclimatize myself to how things are done, like to the whole process. Then we're in a different state, because my husband was like, his job like used to take him away, and it used to just be me and our older son. It was just like I was just there, having my parents, having my siblings, my friends, like, okay, this is how I'm feeling. Just have a good support system. Having a good support system, discovering, like, it's part of you discovering yourself before marriage. It says, I wrote down, surround yourself with friends and family who would help you grow, right? Who would help you through, because discovering your strength, your weaknesses, you have to have a support system. You have to have people who tell you, who call out your, permit me, your nonsense, right? Like, okay, this is good, this is not good. Like being able to see the good and the bad. And so set personal boundaries. This if you do not have boundaries personally, when you get into marriage, I have a sense. I don't go with the flow, because it's only dead fishes that go with the flow. If your husband turn you like this, you go like, you have to have personal boundaries. Like, okay, this is a no. It's also like the first one saying reflect on your personal values, right? But you have to have your boundaries. Like, I can do this, I cannot do this. This is the length that I can go. This is how far I can go. So having personal boundaries. And last one, improving on my communication skills. Fam, I thought that I was the best in communicating. But no. You have to learn how to communicate. Communicate, right? Not just your tone, how you say it. Because in self-discovery, if you do not know how to have a good communication, not just with your spouse, with, as I said, with your friends, you just discover that you're losing friends, you're losing valuable people, and that is a no. So I'm just going to recap. So the first one is reflect on your personal views, right? Second one is understanding your strength and weaknesses. I had to understand what my strength were, what my weaknesses were. Clarifying my life goals, exploring my emotional needs. I have to write it down. As I said, build independency, embrace self-care, prioritize your self-care, understand what your love language is. How do you want to receive? How do you want to give and receive love? How do you want to be given? How do you want to be loved? Build a strong support system, have a good communication, and set personal boundaries. So, I would like to know how you discovered yourself or steps you took in discovering yourself before marriage. Leave your comment down below. Let me know, was it hard for you to discover yourself before married, or did you start discovering yourself when you got married? Because I know a lot of people start the self discovery after marriage. So leave your comment down below. I will be in the comment section. Thank you for watching. If you watched to this point, you're real G's. Okay, yeah, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, share, and give this a big thumbs up. See you in my next video. Stay blessed, stay true. I remain Deborah Kindia. Bye.